Incogni is a tool that does the things we'll never do. It goes door to door between hundreds of data scraping companies demanding they delete our data. I will never have the time or the patience to do that manually. So, in this Incogni tutorial, I'll show you how to set up your personal data removal assistant and how to remove your personal information from the internet with Incogni. That said, we can't simply delete our personal information permanently. These data brokers constantly gather user data and do nasty things with it. What things, do you ask? Well, it can begin with things like endless spam calls, emails, and junk mail, since they have your contact details. However, it can also lead to cybercrime, such as identity theft, phishing, or even loans being taken out in your name if more personal data is leaked. Besides, cyberstalking and profiling are not out of the question. So, it's essential to stay ahead of the curve and have the best data broker removal services like Incogni contact data brokers on your behalf and demand data erasure. Legally, they have to comply with personal data removal requests. So, let's see how to get started with Incogni. The obvious first step to the Incogni setup is to sign up and create a profile. You can start by clicking the link in the description below, which will introduce you to all the plans and the best discount available for them. Pick whichever you want, though personally I recommend standard for starting out, or unlimited if you plan to stick with Incogni data removal. After you sign up, step 2 is to provide your personal information. Your addresses, full name, date of birth, email, phone number, and so on. Don't worry, Incogni operates under the General Data Protection Regulation and the California Consumer Privacy Act, so none of that data will be shared. This is also crucial for step 3, as you need to grant Incogni authorization to act on your behalf. See, data brokers try to abuse the laws and prevent third parties from seeking data removal on your behalf. That's why you have to let Incogni be your representative legally. This authorization doesn't give Incogni any rights to your data or any opportunity to use it. After this is done, step 4 is letting Incogni do its job. Kick back, relax, and let the automated data removal service handle everything. But how exactly does Incogni review data brokers and lead to data deletion? Well, everything starts with a scan. Incogni goes through people search sites and data brokers with a fine-tooth comb, detecting those that have your data in stock. Then sends the first wave of automated removal requests to all covered brokers. Incogni operates directly with over 420 data broker sites. And if you have the unlimited plan, you can send custom requests to delete data from more than 2,000 websites. So if you want unrestricted data removal options, check the link in the description for the best Incogni discount. Moving forward, Incogni will continue to monitor your data for reappearing and ensure compliance. Some data brokers can hold onto data for an extended period and may require repeated removal requests to comply fully. Besides that, Incogni constantly adds new brokers and sites to its roster, contributing to even more data removal, and adds all former offenders to a suppression list. That's because it doesn't end with figuring out how to delete your data from the internet. Brokers on the suppression list may attempt to re-record your data, so Incogni will monitor them to prevent this. The entire process is entirely automatic, so you don't even need to ask how to use Incogni. However, if you want to keep your hand on the pulse, you can do so through the Incogni dashboard. This web app will let you track the progress of each request, but Incogni also sends regular privacy reports by email for your convenience. Another cool piece of info you can see from the dashboard is the broker compliance level. As I mentioned earlier, some delete data fast upon a single request, but others end up with a higher compliance score depending on how fast they react to requests. There's also a severity score that depends on what data they collect and what risk is associated with it. That being said, there are 2 critical points to note. Even when dealing with all this data recording, Incogni can't and won't delete any public records, such as data from government portals, social media posts, or media articles. And if any of your sensitive data appears in Google search results, you can't request its deletion either. Now that you know how it works and what expectations to have, let's see what Incogni offers in each of its plans. As I mentioned earlier, the standard plan is a great starting point. It offers data removal from all the supported data brokers and recurring removals from them as well, without restrictions on the types of removed data. The unlimited plan goes a step further and adds custom data removals, probably the best Incogni option. Not only does that add over 2,000 websites from which you can remove your data, but it also lets you send any number of custom requests. Those requests can be sent for any website exposing your personal data, and Incogni will ensure that the data is gone. Live phone support is a cherry on top, really. There are also family variations of both standard and unlimited plans, which extend their features to up to 5 members and also add family account management to the dashboard. That'll easily save your family much more time, as you can see from the dashboard as well. It tracks saved hours, showing just how much value you're really getting with Incogni. To summarize, Incogni is a service that sends automated data removal requests to hundreds of data brokers and thousands of websites, as well as re-requesting deletion at regular time intervals. It keeps your life more private and reduces risk of cybercrime, phishing, online stalking, and more, while you don't even have to lift a finger. You should at least try using Incogni for your own protection, and to make your introduction more straightforward, I offer the best Incogni deals through the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. I hope Incogni helps you stay safe. Feel free to let me know what you think about Incogni, and I'll see you in another video.